Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast One Piece reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is One Piece episodes 490 and 491. We are now entering the post-war arc of this saga. After this arc, we will be, I don't know if we probably won't fully stop reactions, but we're going to slow down a little bit while we make our way through extra content like movies, OVAs, specials,
OPs that we
missed, etc. How much or how little of which to be posted to the YouTube channel, I'm not sure, but it'll all be going on Patreon, and we'll see kind of where things go. Sometimes movie reactions are very sensitive to copyright on YouTube, so we'll see how that goes or how much will be posted. But we got a big list from one of our mods, Chocoboshi, who compiled it with the help of a few other members of the community on our Discord. A big list of all the things that we need to react to up to this point that we've missed, include, like I said, movies, OVAs, specials, all that kind of stuff, OPs, cover stories even that we've missed. All that kind of stuff. We're gonna make our way through that. So like, instead of posting an episode a day, we haven't fully decided how slow, whether we're gonna completely stop for like a couple weeks, probably not, but probably not, because we want to keep everything moving. But it won't be for a while, like a couple weeks from now anyway. But just thought I'd give you guys another heads up that that's gonna be coming soon. Yeah, we'll see how things kind of work out with that. We don't really have a schedule for all that stuff, but we are gonna be focusing on that while we kind of take a breath moving into the next thing. But we'll see how things proceed. I'm excited to see what this post-war arc kind of looks like. You know, what's it going to involve?
Yeah.
Shanks just fully stopped the war by showing up like a badass.
Yeah, I'm interested if we're even like gonna like see that much more of it, or if we're just gonna like kind of zoom back in on Luffy.
I think we're going to zoom in on Luffy. He's going to be maybe mourning, maybe get a little bit of, I don't know, backstory on Ace a little
bit more.
Get a
little bit of Garp and Kobe. I feel like that would be, that's what I really
maybe a reflection of the other admirals, other warlords, what they're all thinking on some level, what Doflamingo's gonna be doing after this. He's a real mystery. Yeah, interested in all that kind of stuff. Maybe, hopefully, maybe talk to Shanks, because it doesn't seem like Shanks and Luffy are gonna be talking, but maybe we'll get a little bit more from him, hopefully anyway, before he just disappears. But let's see what happens this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon to get 2 weeks out of Uncuts, 1 week ahead of edited One Piece reactions. Let's go. Sure.
They did.
They did. Yes, they did. No mention of Shanks showing up, though.
Yeah, cut that detail.
Yeah, just cut that off. That didn't happen.
Hooray, Marines! You would have died, sir.
What do these people think? This mishmash of different personalities. Oh, they're all happy? Oh, it was like a mix of people here. Like, there's a lot of outlaws and stuff who might have been more happy. I guess they're just happy that the war's over. The supernovas. They all rushed there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was really upset at Ace dying. Look at that guy, Catman.
Oh.
It never reaches 0.
Damn.
That's interesting.
I'd say so.
Big man, big mom.
New era.
That's kind of what we were saying. Mm-hmm. That's the first time we heard the other emperor.
Yeah. Look at all these guys. Look at the sheep.
They're so happy. Do we know that guy?
No, but he.
I feel like we've seen him before. I feel like we've definitely seen him before.
Well, I'm glad you're all happy. Yeah. It's all that matters.
Can't edit that part out. He made sure to put emphasis on that.
Yeah.
Looks like Jaya. Is that no. Vaulting. Whitebeard's territories are all getting pillaged.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't think we'd seen that Jolly Roger before.
I don't think so. Little goat.
Jinbei, what are you still doing there?
Damn. My God.
He's an asset. Don't let that happen.
Is there anyone even in there?
They're all crazed because they almost got out, or what?
Oh, this is a...
Okay, this is a flashback.
Yeah.
It's like he went back here?
Is that what he did?
That's cruel.
That's actually...
That's
insane.
really cruel. They're unaccounted for.
Escaped.
That ought to add some fuel to the fire of the second Great Pirate era.
Yeah, that's not great. We don't have records of them because we wanted them to disappear from the world.
Wait, really? Yeah, I think you're right.
Damn.
Same logic,
put
but
everyone-
no,
yeah.
yeah.
Just keep everyone at risk.
The world government don't want it to be undermined anymore.
Shouldn't have made themselves so
Vulnerable?
underminable.
I mean, yeah, we talked about that in Impel Down. It was like they just fucking... They were letting people get demoned away and didn't report it. Or just like, oh, there's a... People
That
just
just
go
happens
missing.
sometimes.
That happens sometimes. Oh my god, really? Still? Put them away! Moria? Did Moria try and, like, pull some shit or something?
Oh, maybe. Or is Doflamingo
Doflamingo's controlling them? One of the 5 Elder Stars?
Interesting. But good, because I don't like Moria. Happy to get rid of him. Poor guy.
Oh, Beppo.
I wish he was on our crew.
I love Beppo.
We should get more animals.
I miss Karoo. my god. Left side, good. Right side, good.
She's just so committed to her job of being a warlord. That's why she's here. Whoa! I didn't know he could do that.
You fuzzy beast. How dare you? He didn't make it.
However,
Jimbei?
he has severe problems. He's gonna be asleep for like 3 weeks.
I mean, yeah, with the energy hormone, he's gonna be... Did it say, like, after a week he'll go into a coma or something? Something like that?
Oh! So glad all these guys made it out.
Yeah, thank God. He literally did everything he could.
They're so supportive.
Yeah, what? He has no reason? Oh, Jimbei!
Fuzzy beast. Yes.
If.
If.
That's a big if.
It might not be worth it to try and go after her at this point.
Yeah, I guess. They with what they have with all the other pirates that escaped, maybe they're more focused on that. But still.
Wow. Sword there.
I wonder why the sword is there. Is this something to do with this devil fruit, maybe? Like I was saying, like,
Yeah.
if you can
or
stop
you
him
just
from
leave it
dying.
there kind of for good luck or something.
Yeah. I wonder what the deal with that is.
Interesting.
It is an interesting detail there. But...
Very high-tech little
Yeah.
setup as well.
Yeah, he wasn't messing around. I wonder who taught him to be a doctor.
That could be some interesting lore. And Jimbei just so good, and he's just so focused on Luffy, just like, oh, when he
Not
wakes
just
up,
not just about how he's doing physically, but how emotionally he's gonna recover, because he's so invested in him. And because even like Jimbei, we know that he cared about Ace a lot more than we knew. You know, when they were first talking in the cell, it seemed like they were kind of passing acquaintances, but no, they had like way more history. And were like kind of rivals in a way. Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad Bo is here. I am excited to be going back to her island. That could be interesting.
Yeah. They got a lot of meat there. Maybe that's what Luffy will need when he wakes up. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna be already going there. Like if that vice admiral that, like, I forget what his name is. I'm sorry. That like she was kind of toiling with.
Yeah.
If he is gonna show up there and be like, and like check her, you know, like,
I
or
wonder,
like
'cause
lay
it's-
some ground rules going forward or something.
Yeah.
At the very least, if he's not there to just inform her that she's done.
Yeah.
You know.
I honestly, I feel like, you know, like, yeah, they could very easily just be like, okay, you're not a warlord anymore, but then they'd have to track her down and go after her. And she like was kind of interfering.
She was
but, like,
definitely interfering.
She was also attacking the Whitebeard pirates at points.
Yeah,
She was helping Luffy, not Whitebeard.
But that's a thin excuse.
That's a thin excuse.
But it might just be thick enough.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I know what you mean.
And if they're already getting rid of Moria, and apparently that came from like someone higher up, you wouldn't want to like get rid of all your warlords at once, because again, they're really concerned about looks. That even though it's a huge danger to the public, they're not going to try and track down and eliminate all of the 6th level prisoners. You know, they're just going to say, okay, they're out there now. We're not saying anything about that. We're not going to warn anyone. We're not going to hunt them down. Because it's a bad look. So I think, you know, getting rid of Moria and saying that he died in the fight, that's one thing. But having to go and track down Boa, that would, like, make them look kind of weak, you know?
But it's all information, you know? Like, yeah, I don't know.
It's
Maybe,
hard.
like, they might just be wanting to, because it came from the only, like, Sengoku gave an order about... what? Wait. Yeah. Sengoku gave an order, and then the world government said no. And then, like, similarly, Moria was like, did Sengoku tell you to do this? And he's like, no, it came from higher up. The only people higher up in the world government that we know of, maybe there is a higher level, are the 5 Elder Stars. So it seems like they're getting fed up and are now calling the shots, because the Navy, while it won, and while they won, it was like similar to when Roger was executed, where they kind of lost in a moral way, kind of, in a way. Like, they're covering it up the best they can.
Pirates like Whitebeard.
It's like they're victorious, but
yeah. But it was the same thing, like, with Roger, where it's just like, okay, you execute this, like, the best pirate around, but then he hypes up all of the other, like, lesser pirates to just be even more of a menace than before. And Whitebeard just did the exact same thing. And not to mention that, but also all of these, like, crazy criminals are on the loose.
And like, same with Crocodile as well. Like, the same thing happened with Crocodile with Smoker. It's like the order comes down, they're just like, I think it was even the 5 Elder Stars at that time who, like, promoted him or whatever. Like, they interfered in that moment to, you know, I don't know, with their influence. So it seems like they're getting kind of, they're stepping in a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see how things go forward.
Yeah.
But the fact that Sengoku wasn't allowed to, he had his authority checked in question
when he was trying to do the right thing of, we need to stop these people who are gonna like, you know, it's like all these criminals are like the worst people of all time. They're gonna get loose. They're gonna hurt people. They're gonna kill everyone. They're gonna destroy villages and towns and stuff. But, you know, we'll just have to let them and deal with it after, basically.
Yeah. Because
really sucks.
It's really terrible, and it shows. I think it's also meant to show that, again, Sengoku's not evil. It's like, he's not as ruthless as Aki Inu, but he believes. He's like Garp, like similar to Garp, where it's just like they believe that they, you know, in a way they're the lesser of two evils. They're doing their, like, his first concern is not what will the public think of us letting this go. Well, you know, don't, like, you know, he wasn't if he was thinking that way, he'd be like, yeah, let Magellan kill himself. In fact, we'll have him executed for his failure. No, he's like, Magellan is powerful and he's an asset, and he's honorable, and he cares about his position. So we need to keep him around. Don't let him fucking kill himself. Like, he cares about that. That's it's different.
And you mentioned Aki Inu, but even Aki Inu isn't worried about appearances. He's just worried about being efficient and getting the job done and serving out justice to the final extent that it can go to.
Absolute justice.
And again, it's kind of showing sort of a gap between, like, the Navy and then the world government.
Exactly.
And how a lot of the people within the Navy, like, you can hate them as much as you want, but there's a difference between, like, the average marine and then like a celestial dragon, or like like Sengoku and like the elder stars. There's a different set of morals here. You can be like, okay, they're all cops and they all suck, but the motivations are a little bit different, and the end goals are a bit different.
Yeah, and I think that's partly what the point of this is, is to remind us that they are different.
Yeah.
And that there's a difference between the Navy and the people in the Navy and the people on the ground who have, they, like, even when Kobe was on the ground, he found that locket, and it was a big thing, part of his whole speech, to remind everybody that we're people, and it's not just about these grander ideals. It's about the people on the ground and their families and who's going to miss them, and that violence past a certain point isn't actually serving anything. And Sengoku didn't even disagree with that. He probably would have pushed on, I think, or he wouldn't have interfered if Shanks didn't show up. But you could tell when it cut to him, I don't even know if there was a reaction shot of him when Kobe was talking in the manga, but at least from an anime-only perspective, the way I saw it is like they cut to Akainu, and Akainu was obviously like, nah, fuck that. But Sengoku didn't say anything. He so in a way he might, it's just, there's different levels. It's like everybody believes in it, but there's different, like, levels of commitment to it, but they're all committed to the idea of it. Yeah. But they have different, sort of stopping points, I guess. It's really interesting, and that was one of my, honestly, that was a favorite part of the live action, that we get to see a lot more of the Marines, and whenever we see more Marines, it's like the morals of being a cog in this machine that is a slave state, and a tyranny and at times fascist, at many points fascist, basically a fascist dictatorship. And yeah, like with nepotism baked in with the celestial dragons and stuff. Like the morality of somebody like Sengoku and Garp, who just want the people to be safe and to stop these tyrannical pirates from running amok.
Like also like a bunch of of these towns are like, oh my god, thank God Whitebeard's dead, now I can relax a bit. But then at the same time, we see the villages that Whitebeard was protecting get raided by other people. Yeah. So it's like it's like nothing is like necessarily more positive or more negative, but it's fresh. Yeah. It's new, and that's the whole thing. There's no such thing as a perfect system. Of the new era. It's not the new era where the Marines dominate everything and no one opposes them. It's the new era where some of the old big names are gone, and it's time for new people to emerge on both sides.
Great episode.
Very
Great episode. Do we miss anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we covered it. Leave a like and subscribe. Say West Blue, right? Wait, Buster calling? What the fuck? Oh no. It's just the pirate era is exploding. There's just so much shit. See, this is what we didn't see when Roger said that stuff about the One Piece. We're just like,
yeah.
But this is probably what was happening right after.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's look for the One Piece. It's an adventure. Meanwhile, people are burning alive in these buildings.
This place looks really cool.
You saw it last episode, I think. Yeah, it was a Whitebeard protected island that people don't give a shit about anymore.
Yeah.
And this guy. Is it just native stuff, or is there maybe... Oh, this kind of looks like the Shandian Verth, whatever, I forget what it's called up there. Sky Island.
What's the point in taking control?
Brownbeard.
Yeah. And now you control this like destroyed island. Yeah. Idiot. Not great to be a regular person.
But are we gonna have a run-in with the... I hope we see Ivan again.
Maybe he'll send Sanji back.
True.
Nice, and they have a marine ship so they can kind of go wherever they want.
Aren't they just in the comm belt?
Yeah.
How are they moving? I don't know. Oh, maybe the Navy ship.
Yeah,
the
they
Navy
can
ships
go.
have the... right.
It's pretty nice to be back here. Kill them immediately. How'd she get there? What if he's a eunuch?
Ain't no way.
Just let him.
Always with the rules.
Yeah. You've turned into an absolute idiot since you met this man. 2 weeks.
That's enough time for our friends to return to us somehow. Maybe?
Or at least it's enough time for them maybe to get back to their boat.
I'd listen to her, you guys.
Yeah. No. It's because he can't smell any food down there.
Oh, if you're leaving it up to that, I don't think now's the best time.
You're gonna have to keep telling him. Reliving this over and over again.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Lay it down!
Whoa!
No!
Luffy.
Luffy.
ほっといたらどうなるんじゃ。
島に来た時にも言ったが、傷口がまた開いたら今度は。
だから危険ならもう。
Uh-oh. Is she gonna have to turn him to stone?
Yeah.
Why? Don't listen to her. I feel like the situation goes beyond that, and it's her job to maintain order, so she should be at least watching over this exception. It makes more sense for her to be there than to be away from it for no reason.
He's not well.
Queen. Love is not a virus.
Fixing it up.
Oh shit.
Be respectful.
Maybe there are girl bears, Beppo.
Oh.
Oh god, his wounds are open.
Oh my god.
Oh, that like thing in his voice. Oh, Jibei doesn't give a fuck. He came to the island. He came inside the island.
Oh.
実はな、これからお前の兄貴になるやつ。ルフィ、次に会うときは海賊の高来いよ、高見へ。
Oh, Loof. Toriko.
What a time for something like that. Luffy's just like in absolute agony. Next up, the fun continues with this silly thing. It was really sad. I feel really bad for Luffy.
Yeah.
It's like he just gets knocked out. And, like, he knows that it happened, but it's just like he's just been unconscious for a week, so it feels like it was just a second ago, you know?
Why does Nyonba think that she could just call the shots. You're not the Empress. Who do you think you are? This is an exception. We've already made an exception for Luffy. Why is you want to invite him in and you're acting like you're keeping the peace and like all these hereditary fucking laws and stuff like that. But you said you wanted to invite Luffy in, as if that's not an exception.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, we already said we would invite Luffy in. Well, it's like, okay, well then who cares if
I think it's because she's saying like Luffy can come in and then everyone gets to see him at once. But if she starts to go and see Luffy, then it's going to make other people want to go and sneak off and see Luffy.
She's setting an example. I get the idea, but this is already extenuating circumstance because they're letting a ship of men dock in their bay.
Yeah.
So if anything, she should be there as like the most powerful guardian of her people to watch over this and to make sure that nobody gets out of line.
Yeah.
But the thing is also that she doesn't want her to become lovesick and die. Or go off and abandon the
keep getting super
island.
attached to Luffy, and then when Luffy leaves, she leaves.
Yeah, I think that's the real reason behind all of it. But
man,
Jinbei the goat as well there to tell him, and he ventures into the island even though everyone else is like, you know, they want to, but they're afraid because he'll die. Jinbei doesn't give a fuck. He was ready to die at Marineford. So he goes right in.
He needs help.
Yeah.
Like emotional help.
It's kind of badass that he showed up there in the jungle where he you know, he will be sentenced to death, but he doesn't care because Luffy's there and he vowed to protect him. And it very much, like, they cut to this thing with Luffy and Garp, but Jinbei's giving real Garp vibes to me here, like very much like not even just a friend to Luffy, but like a father figure type situation. And it's very wholesome, and Jinbei's just so good, and like how emotionally invested he is in all of this, and how much he genuinely cares despite the very little amount of time.
Yeah, and he's trying, like, he knows Luffy needs to grieve, but he also, like, Luffy needs to also accept what is happening in order to be able to actually,
and he doesn't pull any punches,
process it, and he's just like,
yes, Ace is dead.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like he's finding a good balance of not being too familiar with Luffy, of like, you know, like, consoling him,
patronizing him,
and not just being like too cold, but just like, these are the facts, and I'm gonna be honest with you and tell you, but
and he respects him enough to tell him straight. You know, like, even if he's acting out justifiably. And
Luffy just destroyed this whole place. Like, Luffy could just launch at Jinbei and attack him, and Jinbei's like,
I think is prepared for that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Jinbei is still like physically really hurt and weak, and Luffy could really mess him up. Yeah. But he's it's like a risk he's willing to take to help him out kind of in the long run.
He's so good. Jinbei's the goat. Jinbei's the actual goat, and more great pirate era shit. It really does make you think that this is probably what was happening when Roger died, and it's like, fuck. I mean, people raid a place, like, you know, even if they're like, oh, we'll go to the Grand Line in One Piece, in order to be able to live, like, you know, pirates don't have jobs. They'll have to kill people and raid like pirates do, and then, you know, unless you're us, but like, you know, most pirates are lawless. They're outlaws. They're criminals.
Well, especially like,
they're amoral or immoral.
You know, lower level pirates that are just like sailing around being shitheads, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna go take over Whitebeard's area, so then I'm better than Whitebeard because I took over his area. It's like, Whitebeard didn't have fortifications. Like, it was just an island.
It was a threat.
You know, and then you're like, oh, now I own this island that I just burned to the ground. You know. It's just such a waste.
I wonder what this place's thing was. Like, you know, really cool. I think Whitebeard was said to have many islands under his protection, but like, it's called Food Vaultin. Does that mean it was like some sort of food vault? Like, is it literal? Is there some kind of thing? They have like this they have this Shandian sort of, I mean, it's Native American, their style of everything, but it's reminiscent of the Shandians of the Sky Island with the feathers and all the kind of stuff. And then their buildings as well are kind of like what we saw in the Sky Island and in a way on Enies Lobby. You know, maybe there's a connection with that. Whitebeard again was much more down to earth, than to care about preserving these ancient sites or whatever because they're like important on some cosmic level. He probably just did it because he has some connection here, or one of his crew members had some connection, or on his voyages he came here and then met the people and liked them or and drank with them or some shit like that. I'd be more likely with Whitebeard, with what we know of him, to do something like that. But the connections here might not be nothing. They might be, it might be another building block to the lore.
Yeah. And then, Ivan heading off. Gonna miss him. Such a great character. So iconic.
He's going to Kamabaka Island. And I wonder if he'll be able to... I mean, he's probably gonna, tell Sanji
about what happened, and then...
And maybe he'll be able to teach Sanji some more stuff.
Or he'll get there and Sanji's gonna be, like, super good, and then he's gonna be like, perfect. Now you need to go back. And actually, this could be good.
Wait, hang on. What if Ivan gets there, turns all of the Okama people into women... And actual women, so then it's like an island of like super beautiful women, and it's like his reward for like overcoming all of this. He gets to like be with like they all turn to like super beautiful women instead of like a bunch of drag queens and stuff. That would be funny.
But what would be good if Ivan met Sanji is not only could he send him back, but he would, because like they're all trying to return to Rayleigh in the ship.
Yes.
But they don't know where Luffy is now.
But
if Ivan met up with him, then Sanji would know where Luffy was and be able to tell them.
Yeah, but I don't know how they would fucking get there. They would paddle, I guess. But like they have the Frankie made that submarine.
Oh yeah.
He made that little submarine, which I think was used in a filler that we skipped. I think I saw like an episode preview or something like that they used it in a filler to get somewhere or something. But they haven't really used it really, I don't think. But maybe they could use it in this case to get to Luffy or bring him back to the ship, because they have to go in the comm belt.
Yeah. Or Jinbei might just take Luffy back there because Fishman Island is close by there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
Either, I guess it's less about them getting to him, more like Luffy getting back, because they're closer to the next objective, anyway.
Yeah. Either way, that's the next step. But yep. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Crazy episode. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.